child's future truly secure? Are you really paying attention to what they are doing, learning, and consuming in this fast changing digital world? As a parent, have you ever stopped to wonder, are their activities shaping them into creative, independent thinkers, or are they slowly being programmed by the very technology we trust to make life easier? Could your kids be on the path to becoming the next robots, losing touch with critical skills, values, and their unique human essence? Today we have the extraordinary Mr. Kapil Khanna, a visionary with 30 years of experience. Mr. Kapil is here to reveal how AI is shaping our children's minds and what parents can do to safeguard their creativity, values, and independence. Armed with a BTech from IIT Mumbai and an MTech from IIT Madras, he has worked with some of the most renowned Fortune 100 enterprises and innovative startups, including British Airways, Virgin Australia, Zero Chaos, and Zigils. He has shown the unseen side of AI.
Hazards and the harm that, the harmful side of AI and the challenges for parents and youth.
Even in his own family, he has seen the challenges firsthand.
My son himself has faced challenges in his own academics and everything.
According to him, continuous learning is not just a skill, it's a principle.
Continuous learning, it's a habit, it's a principle that you should inculcate right in your in your school days, in your very young days.
His advice to the youth is simple, that the mindset is everything.
I advise the youth absolutely that your mindset has to be aligned with continuous learning all the time.
He says AI has immense potential, but
if we let AI become the superpower of intelligence, it will do too much damage.
The real question is, how can we use AI to enhance, not replace our creativity and intuitive abilities?
How can we take our creativity and intuitive abilities to the next level?
Stay tuned, because this is going to be an eye-opening discussion that will leave you with the tools and insights to embrace the edge of AI with confidence and purpose. Welcome, Mr. Kapil, to my channel. So, I am inviting you to my podcast. So, let's start with the podcast.
Thank you for that introduction, ANSHUL. I am so delighted to be here and I am looking forward to interacting with you. And yes, thank you so much.
Definitely, Kapil, yeah. So, Mr. Khanna, could you share a bit about your journey in the IT industry? How did it all start for you, and what led you to focus on software architecture and AI?
Okay, so my journey has been quite interesting and eventful. I actually, before I went into the core IT sector, I actually worked in multimedia and the kind of work you do. I used to work with, we used to create CDs and some multimedia and even some, I won't say visual effects, but some animation, because I used to work with my brother-in-law, in Mumbai. He had an animation studio.
Great.
But a few years after that, I realized that is not my cup of tea, and I need to be into the core the core technical stuff, because that was a lot of creative work.
Definitely. Yes.
So I actually shifted to Indore, and I started my IT journey from Indore.
Okay, great.
And it was as a software developer in Java, and from there my journey continued at about the 7 or 8 year mark after being in the IT industry. I had a choice whether to choose management or technical, the technical career path.
Yes,
So
yes,
I
yes.
chose the technical career path, which meant you would be either an software architect or director of engineering, that path. So I went into architecture, software architecture, and then I also did engineering roles and also senior technology roles in many companies. So
Awesome. Mhm.
yeah, and final 5 years, 5 to 6 years in the recent ones have been in AI. So
Okay.
I've seen AI grow also. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like it's the time of AI. That's
correct.
right. Yeah. So thank you for sharing the beginnings of your journey, Mr. Kapil. It's inspiring to see how your early experiences shaped your path towards software architecture and AI. Yeah, your story will definitely resonate with listeners who are starting out. Could you give an example of a particular challenge you faced early in your career and how you overcome it?
Okay, I can remember this very clearly. This is around the year 2007, I believe, when I had to choose my growth path in the IT industry. So, like I spoke before, I had a choice whether to. A lot of my colleagues and my peers were choosing the management track.
Okay.
So, I was getting kind of being gravitated towards that management track, but intuitively it did not feel that my calling was towards management. So
Right.
after a lot of soul searching and discussing with the senior experienced people, I
Mhm.
decided to take the software architecture track. I did a certification at that time. The
Okay.
Sun Certified Architect certification was the top notch,
Mhm.
world class certification to get, and
Right.
it was a very tough certification.
Definitely.
So that is what my major challenge was, that along with full blown career with family responsibilities, I had a small kid by that time. So that challenge, which mixed both professional as well as family, everything came at the same time. But it was a lot of commitment, and I did feel that I was doing what I was uh, talented at doing, where I had the skills. So that gave me the motivation, and I had the support from my family. But I did put in a lot of hard work to clear that certification, and then I switched jobs and I moved to a very accelerated career path in technology.
And that's great to hear, Kapilji. Like at that time, you achieved that certification, and it is like a very big thing for anyone. So that's a great example
Thank
of
you.
resilience and problem solving. So it's clear that overcoming early challenges has been key to your growth. Thank you for sharing this personal insight. With 30 years of experience, you have seen the tech industry evolve tremendously. What are some of the biggest changes you have witnessed, and how have this shaped your career?
Wow, that's a really, really great question, Anshul. So I have seen the tech boom of the .com boom of uh, 2000 2001. I have seen
Right,
that tech boom, and the crash after that boom, and then I have seen the financial meltdown of 2008. I have seen COVID, and you you also
yes,
have
yes,
seen COVID,
definitely.
and I've seen the social media revolution, which the current generation has grown up with. My kids have grown up in that generation, so
Right.
I have seen that entire journey, and I must say there have been there have been salary cuts during the .com period. I've seen that. Uh, when I was faced with challenges to grow my career. We had these the .com bust and all those things happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I have seen all of that. The biggest change I would see, or the biggest impact, I believe, is of the current AI revolution, because
Right.
this this impact is magnitudes more
Mm.
than the internet boom or the social media. The impact of AI, we are now talking about trillions of dollars, and we used to be limited to billions and hundreds of millions in at that time.
Right.
Now the impact is tremendous, it's humongous. And as we talk more, I will also like to talk about the hazards and the harm that the harmful side of AI, and the
Definitely.
challenges for parents and youth.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
definitely. This will be like helpful for the youths and the Gen Z, like we are supposed to talk about, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kapil, like your perspective on the changes in tech over the years is fascinating, really. And hearing about the evolution from someone who has lived through it adds so much value to our understanding. Thank you for this unique view. So, my next question to you
Okay.
is like, how did working with both Fortune 100 companies and startups shape your perspective on innovation and adaptability?
Yes, it's very, very different. They are black and white. So working with enterprise customers is in a way like working with with the government sector,
Right.
where things are very bureaucratic. They move very slowly. Lot of policies, and decision making takes a long time. Documentation, paperwork. So you're doing a lot of admin activities, and you get distracted from the core technology and research, and
Right.
engineering.
Hmm.
Whereas in a startup, you don't have the luxury of even having proper documentation.
Right. Right.
So things are partially in chaos, and you have to navigate that chaos, and at the same time you have to fail, succeed, fail, get up, succeed, fail, wake up, succeed. So it's failing fast,
Right.
succeeding, moving, taking baby steps, and then delivering a first prototype, second prototype, and then releasing uh, version 1 to the market. So
Right.
completely different, but both have their own strengths, and it was exciting to have experience in both these formats.
Right, right. And as you are doing such kind of work, so I would let young to know that everyone should be a multitasker. Like to come out from the challenges, to face the struggle, you have to be a multitasker. Right, Kapilji?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's a valuable insight, especially for young listeners. Your experiences with both Fortune 100 companies and startups show the importance of flexibility and open mindedness in tech. So it's wonderful to hear about the balance you bring when working with different types of organizations. Your adaptability is a testament to the value of continuous learning. Thank you for sharing this. My next question to you is, what role do you think continuous learning played in your journey, especially with technology changing so rapidly?
Oh, I would say it is the number one skill and value. It is both a skill and a value, because yeah, continuous learning, it's a habit, it's a principle that you should inculcate right in your school days, in your very young days. And the way technology is progressing by leaps and bounds, and even keeping pace with this is such a big challenge. Continuous learning is the absolute key to to be able to navigate this tech revolution that we are in right now. So
Definitely.
I advise the youth absolutely that your mindset has to be aligned with continuous learning all the time.
Yes, 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 yes. Great thing you said. Like continuous learning is indeed crucial. It's inspiring to hear how you have prioritized it in your career, even with all your experience. Thank you for reminding us of its importance, Kapilji. You are an AI consultant with experience in working on large scale projects. Can you talk about some of the challenges and exciting breakthroughs you have encountered in the AI field?
Okay, so I have seen the evolution of AI even before Gen I, and AI became really popular with the generative AI. So I have seen the previous phase to AI, which was about predictive AI, in which you had predictive analytics, computer vision, and NLP. I'll just explain this
Right.
in very simple words. So
Mhm.
NLP was natural language processing, a few years before generative AI came to be useful to all of us, natural language processing was also available, where the AI technology was able to understand the English language and do some, I won't say very advanced capabilities, but enough of information extraction from documents was possible through natural language processing. Then came generative AI. About 2 years back, we had ChatGPT, the first versions of generative AI. That is when it became available almost free of cost to the uh, to the consumer. Yeah. So I have seen that journey. The challenges typically have been with data. So for any good AI system to be accurate and be useful in the real industry, you have to have quality and quantity of data which is required to train the models. Now, not everyone, except for the very big companies or some of the institutions which hold the data, it is very difficult for startups and younger companies to acquire this kind of data to train models. That, according to me, that is the biggest challenge. And the breakthrough that I have seen was with NLP in information extraction. So we were able to, in one of my working with one of the startups, we were able to break through with very high accuracy in extracting information from documents, and this is prior to prior to generative AI.
Yes, Kapil. So thank you for highlighting the real world challenges in AI. It's amazing to hear about the breakthroughs you have been a part of and how they are shaping the industry. So, could you share more about a recent AI project or innovation that excites you?
So, I'll talk about a recent trend that I have been working with, and also learning. A lot of learning is happening and a lot of experimentation is also happening. So, within the entire broader trend of generative AI, there is a sub trend which is called agentic AI. You might have heard of it also, because I know you are also doing a lot of
Definitely.
So agentic AI is, according to me, one of the most exciting new trends in AI, because generative AI was about one-on-one. It was about one human interacting with one AI, and you're getting a question answer kind of a conversation. With agentic AI, we are talking about solving complex problems, where you delegate a complex problem to not just a single AI, but a collection of AIs, which will work as a team together. They may take minutes or hours, because you do not need to solve a complex problem in 5 seconds. You can give a few minutes or even an hour to solve it. So that's a kind of a long complex problem solving scenario. So agentic AI is able to solve those kind of problems along with reasoning ability. So it is the next level of intelligence, but still I believe it is still far away from human intelligence, where creativity, and I don't think it is there yet, but agentic AI is the next level
Yes.
of AI after generative AI.
Yes. So AI has made everything so much easy right now, and don't know where it will go in the future. The future is like AI actually, we must say. So
Absolutely.
so Mr. Kapil, your excitement is contagious. Seriously. So hearing about the AI projects from someone with your experience makes us all more curious and motivated. Right. So thank you for sharing this insight with us. So, what are some trends in AI that you believe will shape the future of the industry? Any specific areas you think young professionals should focus on?
Yeah. So one is definitely agentic AI, which I just spoke about. That is a super trend, and everybody is talking. All the thought leaders in the AI space are talking about it, and not just talking about it. I have been started experimenting, and I'm trying to even build case studies around that. The second one is The second trend is also very interesting. So, for the last 2 years, we have been hearing about large language models, LLMs. So,
Right.
the entire generative space is very competitive with the top companies like OpenAI, Meta. Then we have Elon Musk's Grok uh, and yeah, Anthropic. So there are at least these four or five, and there's Google, of course. So there are at least these four or five these mega companies who have been uh, on this race to build the smartest large language model, LLMs.
Right.
Now, what has happened recently is, along with agentic AI has also created another space for small language models.
Right. Right.
Very, very interesting. This is a kind of a diversion. It's an inflection point
Mm-hmm.
where large language models, now we are realizing that we need small language models which can reside on small devices like mobile phones,
Right. Right.
right?
Yes.
These
Yes.
smaller devices, IoT and watches, and yeah, on all these smart devices. At the same time, you want them to have very specialized abilities,
Mm-hmm.
rather than a large language model which is generic in nature.
Right.
The trend is moving towards smaller models which can fit on smaller devices and be very specialized and work along with agents in the agentic AI system.
Right. Right.
So, to summarize, two major trends. One is agentic AI, and second is SLMs, small
Yes.
language model.
Right. Right. Great, great. Thanks, Mr. Kapil, and thank you for shedding light on these trends. It's clear that your insights come from a deep understanding of the field, and we are grateful for this guidance. Thank you so much. I just want to ask you, like, I'm very curious to know this thing. How do you balance the ethical challenges that arise with AI advancements, especially given AI's potential impact on the society?
Yes, that is actually, I would say that is part of the mission I am on, which is to help the youth.
Okay.
To help the youth and empower them with holistic AI skills.
Okay.
So when you talk about the ethical and the responsible AI, I take that all into one broader bucket, which I call the holistic AI skills and values.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that is going to be absolutely essential in order to be able to navigate this AI revolution successfully. We cannot navigate the AI revolution with technology skills alone, because it is impacting our social and our all spheres, psychological life as well.
Right.
I intend to on my mission, I am going to be releasing programs and courses where I will include holistic AI education, which will cover the technology side as well as the other side of intelligence.
Great, great, Mr. Kapil. So, your ethical approach with holistic skills to AI is both admirable and necessary. Thank you for addressing such an important issue with honesty and responsibility. Could you share some insights into how AI is impacting industries like education?
Yes, so that is the focus of all my research and my entrepreneurship journey right now. So I am really focused about how we can make education, although education will have a major component of AI for certain, because that is the technology trend, but we have to think about the other impacts on the youth, on the young minds. So I have a framework which is of multiple intelligences which come together. So number one, A is for artificial intelligence, which we have already spoken about. That is the technology side of things. Number two is about N. N is for natural intelligence, which is the human brain.
Okay.
Now, how the human brain should collaborate with AI is uh, is part of this whole journey and this education program. And the third one is about U. U stands for universal intelligence, which is beyond the human mind, which is the universal intelligence. And I can talk about that because I've been involved with things like subjects like Vedic wisdom and spirituality and quantum mechanics, where we explore the intersection of science and the universe and spirituality.
Great.
So I'm trying, yeah. So my the entire exercise or the objective is to bring together these three pillars of intelligence
Okay.
in an education program that that can holistically help the youth balance all these intelligences, because I believe if we let AI control intelligence, which is a very intelligence has so many forms, if we let AI become the superpower of intelligence, it will do too much damage.
Right, right.
You cannot give it that much control. So yeah, so that's why my focus will be to educate about the different types of intelligence and strike a balance between them.
Right, right. You said correctly, like AI should not have that much control, right? So human should have like at least 80% of the control with human and 20% should be with AI. So very great insight you have shared, Mr. Kapil, that we just came to know like how AI impact the education sector. It's incredibly enlightening for us and our listeners. So for those who may be intimidated by AI, do you have any advice on where to start learning about the field?
AI definitely is a very vast subject, but there is a methodical and uh, systematic way to start on AI. And the best way to start with AI, so there are actually multiple tracks. Somebody might want to pursue a profession in AI itself, a tech career in AI. That track requires focus on the fundamental principles and concepts of
Correct.
AI, the building blocks. So that foundation is key, and that involves math and statistics and data and computer science skills.
Right.
But it can be learned, and typically somebody who's attempting this kind of a path should be good at math and computer science,
Right.
right? The second path could be somebody who is just wants to be an expert in their own domain, whether it is finance or your domain, VFX, which is the creative domain, or it could be travel. Any domain will benefit from the use of AI because of the collaboration between the artificial intelligence and the human intelligence.
Got it. Got
Where
it.
where the main skill to learn is how to instruct AI and AI tools. So that becomes the entire instruction, prompts, and prompt engineering. That should be understood from first principles and the concepts. That should be very clear, because once you understand the concepts, then you will be able to use any AI tool
Definitely.
effects correctly. And then there is a third track for AI entrepreneurs, which is a mix of the first two. You could come from a technical space where you know technology, or you could be a non-technical guy.
Right.
Then depending on that, you will either need computer science knowledge, or you could be looking at AI tools.
Correct. Right, Mr. Kapil. Yes. So, Mr. Kapil, your mission is to empower 10 million young minds or Gen Z with holistic skills and value. So, could you elaborate on how or what holistic skills you believe are essential for success in the AI and tech industries?
So by holistic AI, I really mean the different forms of intelligence. So we have the AI, the artificial intelligence, we have natural intelligence, which is our innate human ability, and then we have the universal intelligence, which is beyond the human mind. So it is really my strong belief, and this is what I am trying to bring together, that these so let me talk about the human intelligence a little bit. So you will agree with me, since you are from the creative space, that the creative ability, the critical thinking, and certain skills are very, very central to the humans, and this is not something that AI is even good at doing, and we should not be delegating that kind of work to the AI.
Right.
So how can we take our creativity and intuitive abilities to the next level? That is not with something that AI can help, but you will also agree that during in our education, typical education system, we do not really learn about how to enhance our creativity and intuitiveness and these kind of skills. This
Right.
is something that is a challenge for us to really build.
Correct.
Right, but there are now techniques that are coming up where you can practice and you can build creativity, especially when you are younger.
Correct.
So it is going to be my endeavor to include this kind of curriculum also in my programs, and also some curriculum where we balance and we go beyond the human abilities, which is about human intelligence. So it's also my belief that practices like meditation and cleansing of the brain allow you to improve your intuitive abilities and creativity.
Correct.
So that actually goes beyond the mind. But the idea is to clear up the clutter in our minds, because we are flooded with so much information.
Right.
So all that information is not good to have so much information, because you need a clear mind for creativity.
Clear mindset. Yes, yes. Correct.
So this is the approach that I will be taking for my educational program and the mission.
Yeah. So very rightly said, Mr. Kapil, that AI is just tool. We can say it is a technology, but creativity will remain with the human. So definitely. So the blend of this technology and creativity will have a great impact in the future. So thank you so much for breaking down what holistic skill means in a practical way. It's empowering to know that these skills can be nurtured alongside technical knowledge. So, what are some practical steps young people can take to develop the holistic skills you mentioned?
Yeah, so it is a very challenging. I would say the role is for both the young kids, but also very important role for the parents, right? And I think the parents are the main stakeholders here to influence this kind of development, because the education system, the schools and the institutions are very slow to react to AI. The industry is rapidly adopting AI, and there will be first adopters, but education will be one of the slowest adopters of AI. So that's why the burden will come on the parents. So my the thought process that I come with is that we should not be spending all our time, the amount of time that we spend with devices and technology
Right.
should be limited, so that in fact it is also a study has been conducted that too much use of digital devices and mobile phones actually hurts our creative ability and intuitive ability. So limiting the use of devices and balancing that out and building some practices and habits, developing some habits where you limit the use of devices is going to become very critical, and more so in the future, because AI is even more addictive than social media.
Definitely. Yes. Correct.
So there will be a lot of focus on the non-technical side of the AI, because in order to use AI effectively, the collaboration between human and AI will be best when the humans are able to elevate the level of their creativity.
Correct.
Because even instructing an AI that can do the task for you better requires thinking skills. It requires creative problem
Creativity.
solving, critical thinking skills.
Right.
So these can be developed. There are techniques and there are curriculums, but this mainly comes from psychology, from the stream of psychology. Now, just to add to this, my son is now he is undergrad in psychology, and
Great.
he is also part of my mission.
Okay.
So we are going to blend that knowledge that he brings from psychology and neuroscience, and how the psychological impact of education and AI. We are going to bring that knowledge into this curriculum. So it's a very exciting journey when you try to mix these different disciplines
Definitely.
and create something.
Yeah. It's seriously great to know like your son is helping you out in your mission. Definitely, it's like a great achievement for a parent, right?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It is. It's a great feeling. Yes,
Yes, yes.
for sure.
So, thank you for showing that developing these skills is not only achievable but essential. So, Mr. Kapil, what inspired you to set this mission of helping young minds or Gen Z, as in your language? Was there a particular moment or experience that motivated you to take this path?
Uh, it has been it has been a gradual process, but let me give you a few pointers.
Okay.
Uh, when I was in industry, and over the last uh, 4 or 5 years, including the COVID period,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was finding it very difficult to hire good talent in AM.
Okay.
On my projects and within my company,
Got
and as we were hiring and interviewing a lot of candidates,
it.
we realized that the the education system is not really providing these young kids, these Gen Z and these. So I'm talking about candidates who are in the age of 21 to 25, 27 years. The
Mm-hmm.
young, less than 5 years of experience.
Okay.
They had to unlearn a lot and then learn the concepts of AI and technology.
Okay.
The trend that is because of online education and so much education flooding the system,
Mm-hmm.
and even our original education system not adapting, the young minds, the Gen Z, are not ready for industry.
Right.
And it takes a lot of effort to ramp them up with the technologies and make them productive on real projects. So
Mm-hmm.
the idea really came from there, that the Gen Z, the youth, is not very employable as of now,
Okay.
and the education system is going to struggle, or they're going to be slow to react to this problem.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it is the online education and the startup ecosystem, that is the entrepreneurs who are going to be able to fill this gap.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be the rise, you will see a rise of AI in education, but mainly it will be fueled by entrepreneurship. So it really came from this problem of employability of the youth,
Mm-hmm.
and from the challenges in AI itself, the mental health and the psychological challenges.
Right.
So it came from there, and also with interactions with my son, we have been discussing this for quite a while. And then my son himself has faced challenges in his own academics and everything.
Okay.
So this entire journey over the last 3-4 years have opened my eyes and ears and all my senses that something is not right, and there's an opportunity here to solve a big problem for the youth.
Correct. Yes. Right, right, Mr. Kapil. So, hearing about the inspiration behind your mission is heartwarming, seriously. So, it's clear that your desire to give back is genuine, and we are grateful you shared this with us. So, you mentioned empowering young minds with values, right? So, how do you encourage values like integrity and responsibility in a field that is constantly pushing boundaries?
Exactly. It has to be done very carefully, and it has to be done uh, at the conceptual level. So imagine a curriculum where you are educating and building the foundation of these young minds. So in these foundational courses where they are learning the concepts of AI, we must introduce ethical, the responsible side of AI, and even the harmful and the safety side, the privacy side of AI. All that should be introduced very early on at the foundation level. Most of the programs have a very not even 2% coverage of these topics, and they cover them only at the end,
Okay.
towards the end. Now, I feel this should go hand in hand with the technology the technology content of the education program.
Okay.
So that is how we believe we want to structure it, and get them involved in a lot of practical projects in which they also uh, take on these practical challenges where their projects will include an assessment for uh, ethics and values and responsibility.
Okay. So, you mean to say, like in short, there should be a ethical use of AI, right?
Yes, ethical use of AI, but it should be inculcated at the foundational level in the programs, and they should be evaluated.
Okay.
Have they really learned that skill or not?
Great.
And remember one more thing which I'm forgetting, but I think is very important. This education, this ethical side of AI, it's very important to educate the parents and the mentors of those children as well. Because if the mentors and the parents are not aware about this, then it will get lost in this race to grow in technology. So that the environment around the young mind has to have that vibration, uh, this essence of ethics and values has to be there in the environment.
So, right, as we have discussed earlier, like future is AI actually. So, everyone should be aware of this thing, AI tools and everything. What AI is bringing in the future, everyone must be aware, right? So,
Yeah.
thank you so much for emphasizing values in a field as fast paced as tech. It's easy to overlook them, but your approach is a reminder of their importance. So, thank you so much, Kapilji, for emphasizing values in a field as fast paced as tech. It's easy to overlook them, but your approach is reminder of their importance. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a pleasure trying to share my insights on this.
Yeah. So, Mr. Kapil, in your view, what role do values play in shaping successful tech professionals, and how can young people cultivate them in today's fast-paced environment?
Values form the core of I would not just tech, but it forms the core of any enterprise or any endeavor that we do. But if we talk about AI, the importance of values in the way we are approaching this, it becomes even more important because AI is it's very captivating and addictive.
Okay.
You have seen how it has been in social media, and
Right.
uh, so if I try to break down the entire system for you, uh, see the industry, the tech giants
Right.
are really in a race for the billions and the trillions of dollars.
Correct.
So for them, if social media or technology is becoming addictive,
Right.
for them it becomes a secondary problem, not the primary problem.
Correct.
And the governments and the institutions that that govern privacy and health and
Mhm.
privacy concerns, they get a backseat. And as I see the way social media has taken health by by storm, I would say.
Right.
uh, it is not getting the attention that it needs to get,
Mhm.
right? And unless something drastic happens, unless there is a tsunami, we do not act.
Mhm.
So it is always going to remain a challenge.
Right.
And it can only happen if at the education in the education system we
Mhm.
build these values, and these values will help them navigate the challenges of health,
Mhm.
mental health, psychological problems. And it is becoming even more important because of the magnitude of the impact that AI is going to have, which is
Okay.
going to be multifold compared to the internet and the social media.
Got it. Yes. Correct.
Very tricky. It's tricky times, I would say.
Mhm. Correct. Yes. So your emphasis on values is truly inspiring, Mr. Khanna. So thank you for setting such a strong example for young professionals to follow. So, how do you personally ensure your mission of helping others align with your day-to-day work and projects?
So I'm balancing things out, but I would say my primary focus is now on my entrepreneurship and my mission.
Mm-hmm.
So my focus is there. We are trying to build real world case studies.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk about how this relates with the real solutions that impact and help various industries or different roles in industries. So these case studies that we are building, and we will try to build them along with the youth and the Gen Z. These case studies will really serve as compelling solutions to showcase to our audiences and encourage youth and professionals about what are the different solutions that AI can deliver, which are very practical and beneficial in the real world.
Okay. Right. Right, Mr. Khanna. So, it's amazing to hear how aligned your mission is with your day-to-day work, and it is great to know how to stay true to our values while making an impact. So, Mr. Khanna, I would like to know, with your background in both academia and industry, what advice would you give to young professionals who aspire to build careers in AI and technology?
So academics is changing. uh, when I was doing my undergraduation and my post graduation, at that time we were focused uh, focused. The entire system is really focused towards grades,
Right.
scoring grades, getting the
Hmm.
mark,
Correct.
and not about the value that you can deliver in industry, or how productive you can be in industry, or deliver real world solutions.
Mm-hmm.
In our generation that was acceptable, but now the trend is changing. The industry is asking for hands on, practical uh, uh, youth who can deliver solutions,
Right.
right? And who do not have to be trained, and they have to unlearn what. So the education system, I believe, cannot be relied upon to get you
Mhm.
ready for industry, at
Okay.
least not at least not right now. So
Uh-huh.
acquiring skills in technology and AI is better available with good academies, online academies now, rather than with traditional modes of education.
Got it. Yes.
Those choices with with 4 months and 6 month programs, which are tailored and which give you exposure to practical projects and very real world experience, is what you need in order to be ready for industry. And there are many such startups and academies which are very successful, and they are producing better results for industry and better hiring talent from rather than some of the best tech institutions in the country.
Correct. Yes.
So even if you are planning to pursue a top education program in one of the either the IITs or engineering colleges,
Right.
that is great, but that only proves that you can compete, and that you can work hard and you can do your chores, and you can figure out your challenges in life. But it does not tell you that you have really learned the concepts or the the principles that are required to succeed in industry. For that, you need to up your game with some more additional learning. Yeah.
Yes. Great practical advice, Mr. Kapilji. So your perspective is invaluable for those just starting out, and will definitely help them. This will definitely guide them towards a successful career. So this is a very great
Absolutely.
insight and very great practical tip you have shared. So I just want to know, like for someone who feels overwhelmed by the vast field of AI, right? Like many people thinking like those who are just making a career, who are studying, like it is there in mind, like due to the AI, will we be getting the job or what will be the future? So how would you suggest they find their niche or area of focus?
So the niche really has to come from what you are talented at and what you are passionate about. So that's an internal thing. The niche would come from there. Now, in every discipline or every domain,
Mm-hmm.
AI has made its way in all domains,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there are tools for everything, whether it's art, music, even some of the very super specialized domains. AI has made inroads.
Right.
So what my advice would be that learning the AI tools, the concepts, how to instruct AI and how to collaborate with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the future, how to collaborate with agents, AI agents,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the skill that needs to be learned, but you must understand the principles and concepts.
Right. So that means you are
Most
talking
of
about AGI, artificial general intelligence, which is the upcoming AI part, right?
Yes. So agentic AI is one step towards
Right.
AGI. That's how the industry is,
Hmm.
looking at it. Yeah.
Okay.
But the main point was that a lot of courses, short courses on Chat GPT
Mhm.
or some other tools are fine. But anybody who has got the principles and concepts of instructing AI, if you've understood those well, and also some fundamentals of generative AI itself, at a high level, how the model really works,
Right.
how it has been trained. If you understand a little bit of that, the logical side of things, it will help you to instruct it and extract better output, better outcomes from generative AI.
Right.
So that is not really taught in the short courses or the quick. You don't get that in cheat sheets and all these
Mhm.
quick programs,
Right. Right.
right? But that is the essence. If you really want to stay in this industry for a long time and be ahead of the average people, then
Right.
to up your game, you need to have these skills.
Definitely. Right, correct. So, Mr. Kapil, that's an encouraging way to look at it. Thank you for helping listeners see that they don't need to know everything in AI to find their unique path, right? But they should have the skills definitely. They're like how to work with the AI tools, how to utilize AI tools. This is a must do for each and every, like for the students, for the young minds. So, Mr. Kapil, what skills or qualities do you think are most critical for someone starting out in the IT or AI fields today?
Okay, so I can tell you what I can start with what is not really not very important, or which is a myth. So you don't really need an engineering degree or a computer science degree to succeed in the IT industry. I
Okay.
know of so many very excellent engineers who have either self-learned
Okay.
or they have got their education from good online programs and online academies and moved on to become very successful software engineers and architects and technology experts.
Okay.
So so computer science degree is okay if you want to pursue a research and PhD.
Mm-hmm.
And engineering degree will help you because you will learn how to think logically and you will have a sound you'll have sound concepts in mathematics and logical reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
That is what is you need for AI. You need a strong background in mathematics. In IT industry, you need to be strong in logical thinking and reasoning because coding requires a lot of logical reasoning and thinking.
Okay.
Now that said,
Mm-hmm.
coding is a tricky situation. Coding is not a skill; it's a low-level skill which is going to be overtaken by AI. AI is getting very good at coding.
Right.
So,
Whatever coding are there, so AI can give the
yeah.
perfect code. Right.
So a software application or a software product is
Mm-hmm.
made up of hundreds of smaller software components.
Right.
So AI is very good at writing the code for one specialized software component.
Mm-hmm.
But how these hundreds of components are going to interact and collaborate with each other to deliver the final product solution
Right.
is not something AI is doing very well as of today.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that is where the human creativity of problem solving, critical thinking, collaboration between software components, the
Mm-hmm.
human mind comes over there, and that leads to the subject of software design and architecture.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So very soon, when AI is going to become very good at writing the code,
Mm-hmm.
the low level engineering, the junior engineering roles will go away to AI, and the young graduates will have to learn the design and architecture skills to be able to use AI and succeed in this industry.
Okay. Okay. So, based on this, could you give an example of how soft skills like communication or teamwork play a role in technical careers like yours?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest challenges in the software and the IT industry is to understand the requirements from the customer.
Okay.
So that is actually, unless you understand the requirements clearly, you will not build a product that is meeting those requirements.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, gathering those requirements and articulating them clearly
Mm-hmm.
for the engineers is done by roles like the business analyst and product owners and those kind of roles,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That role requires very good communication
Mm-hmm.
and understanding, right, and coordination and collaboration.
Right.
Though that is where a lot of soft skills at the same time clubbed with
Mm-hmm.
reasoning. So it's soft skills, communication, and reasoning combined together help you to articulate software requirements,
Okay.
and that is what even AI is not very good at right now. It
Mm-hmm.
might be it might be helping a little with documentation and some kind of assistance, but not more than that.
Okay. So,
So
like teamwork
very
is
important.
also like can be the part of this thing, right?
Yeah, teamwork. I will say is teamwork is very important both in startups as well as large enterprises.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in large enterprises, because the team size is usually goes in hundreds.
Right.
Although the trend is now becoming that instead of having one big team of 100 people, it's better to have 12 teams of 8 people.
Okay.
And it's better. So that is changing. The smaller lean teams are becoming more prevalent because they are more efficient.
Correct.
So that trend is changing towards smaller teams. But within the teams, the teamwork and the collaboration between team members is super critical to make the project a success.
Right.
So you are absolutely right about the teamwork being a very important soft skill.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Kapil. So, like, it's very clear that teamwork and communication are as important as any technical abilities. So, you have just made it clear. So, like, you are an IIT alumnus, right? So, which is a dream for many aspiring tech professionals. So, how did your education and at IIT shape your career? And what advice would you give to students currently pursuing technical education?
So I would say my stint at IIT built the foundation on two levels.
Okay.
Firstly, it built the foundation of reasoning, logical thinking, and the foundation skills like math and engineering skills. Definitely built the foundation for that. And the second thing is it built the mindset of grit, courage, and perseverance.
Okay.
Right, because that is what it required to succeed, at that level. So there was the soft side and there was the tech side, right? So it was both that was built at the foundation level. But that said, I had to constantly learn throughout my career beyond what I learned in my graduation. I had to keep learning and learning because because technology is changing so rapidly that you cannot rest on your past laurels.
Right.
That you have got this degree and you are from this one of the premier institutes. You cannot rest on those laurels. You have to keep that learning journey going constantly.
Correct. So, like, in short, what would be your advice to the students who are currently pursuing technical education? In short, like, it can be like, it can go inside their mind. It can be fit in their mind.
Okay, so the concepts are foundation concepts and principles are absolutely important. The time spent in building that and in learning that is absolutely invaluable, and it is becoming increasingly rare.
Okay.
People, the youth and the generation is trying to skip this. They're trying to say, let me skip this and straight away jump to action.
Shortcut.
Yeah. So don't do that. If you have to spend a little extra time, maybe 20%, your journey becomes 20% longer by learning the foundations and concepts. It is the best investment ever.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So your reflections on IIT are insightful and motivating, seriously. So thank you for sharing how your education shaped you and for providing valuable advice to current students. So how can aspiring professionals gain real-world experience in tech and AI if they don't have access to high-profile internship or companies?
So your question is about somebody who's just stepping into industry and does not have the access to internships?
Right. Or companies.
Well, the way to go is to get an internship, even if it is a free, not paid internship. But that is the best way to learn. You should learn in industry and not worry about whether you're getting paid for the first 6 months or the first year.
Okay.
But that hands-on experience in the real world
Mm-hmm.
is what is going to shape you for the future. And I have seen a lot of youngsters comparing themselves with their peers who have managed to grab huge packages, and
Right.
not everybody grabs those huge packages.
Right.
But my advice is that even if you have to learn without earning initially,
Mm-hmm.
grab those opportunities, because it is very easy to earn once you have those skills,
Skills.
and you're able to demonstrate them in industry. Then it is very easy to earn the huge packages.
So, is there any scope of freelancing work? Like, if they won't get a chance for the internship in any companies or a high-profile internship, as I asked you. So, is there any scope of freelancing so that they can get the on-job or on-project knowledge, and then they can utilize this knowledge while working in the company, or they can get the entry in the company? Because getting entry in the company is like very tough job for the fresher, right?
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
is there a scope of freelancing thing they can do before the job?
Yes, yes, that is an option.
Okay.
Freelancing is certainly an option, but yeah, it requires an entrepreneurial kind of a mindset, a
Mm-hmm.
solopreneur kind of a mindset. So not it's not for everybody,
Okay.
but if somebody is ready to have the discipline to
Mm-hmm.
work as a solopreneur, it is a good option, because the opportunities do exist, and you get exposure to a good number of projects as well.
Right. And as AI is there, so I think now it will be very easy for them to generate the codes and take the help of AI with their creativity. So,
Exactly.
they can boost their career with the help of AI, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I am aware. I
mhm.
am aware of a lot of youngsters doing AI side hustles and making good income. Yes,
Right.
that is also an option. Yes.
Mhm. So that's fantastic advice, Kapilji. And thank you for offering such actionable steps for those without immediate access to high profile opportunities. So, what has been the most rewarding project or experience in your career so far, and why?
Okay. So I would say, yeah, this is not about AI. It's about a very challenging assignment when I was working with in the aviation industry.
Mm-hmm.
So mm, uh, it was a project where the challenge was related to a performance challenge, where you are booking tickets online, and there's a very complex system with
Right.
global flights and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the bookings have to be achieved within a certain amount of time called an SLA,
Mm-hmm.
within 5 to 8 seconds or whatever, you're supposed to get a response. So
Right.
that system was 20 times slower.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be improved 20x,
20x.
right?
Okay.
And a team had been working on that for the past 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
and they were still struggling. They had probably managed to bring it down to 2x or something, but there was still 10x more to be achieved.
Right.
So I was entrusted with that challenge, and I think this was the year 2012, or this was, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
2012 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was entrusted with that, and so I did ask for specialized skills in my team, with
Mm-hmm.
certain team members asking. So with a lot of difficulty, I was able to build that team which had those special skills,
Uh-huh.
and in 8 months we were able to deliver that. We were able to bring it 10x faster from what it was, by fine tuning the entire system almost everywhere, every nook and corner. There were so many fine tunings.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very gratifying, very satisfying, and challenging at the same time. But yeah, I feel proud of myself and my team to have delivered that.
Okay, so this is the most challenging project like you have worked on, or is there any other project you would like to mention which pushed you out of your comfort zone?
the most challenging, let me think about something on the AI side.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, I can talk about one very challenging project in AI where we were challenged with reducing the cost of extracting information from more than 10 million documents,
Okay. Uh-huh.
right? So the amount of information to be extracted was huge,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time we had to extract uh, different very minutely accurate pieces of information
Right.
from through natural language processing.
Mm-hmm.
So that challenge had taken us through this journey of uh, training multiple AI models, and this is before generative AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
So training, getting the data, we had challenges. I told you there are data challenges.
Right, right.
You do not find quantity and quality of good data to train models.
Mm-hmm.
So had to tweak the data, improve the data, train the model multiple times. Sometimes we would get improvements.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we would become worse than our previous experiments.
Right.
So we must perform at least 40 to 50 levels of experiments in order to reach that level where we could deliver a solution for extraction of information which was affordable and cheap for our customer.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And this was over, yeah, this also lasted for more than 6 months.
Okay. Great. Yeah, it's glad to know your story that pushed you beyond your comfort zone. Because, it's better to move out of the comfort zone instead of be there only.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, your reflections on this experience are inspiring and relatable for me and for the viewers who are looking at this podcast. So, looking back over your career, is there a piece of advice you received early on that has stayed with you throughout?
Okay. hmm Yeah, I think the piece of advice is that I have really followed my heart
Mm-hmm.
when I had choices to take
Okay.
during my career, whether I should take a management track or a technical track. I
Right.
have really I have really gone back to soul searching and followed my heart and then made my choices, and they have always served me well,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
because I feel that when something comes from within
Mm-hmm.
and you are kind of endowed with those abilities, then your journey becomes smoother, and you can flow with the you can flow with it rather than it being forced upon you, and you so
Mm-hmm.
the pressure comes off and you're able to take your challenging journeys with a lot of with a lot of courage, and the system
Mm-hmm.
helps you along and you can flow along with that. So I've always followed my heart, and that advice was had come from my parents and from my seniors, and I think that has really shaped how I have made choices in my life.
Great, great, great. It's really amazing how something so simple can be so impactful. Thank you for passing this wisdom on to us, Mr. Kapil. So, is there a philosophy or mantra you follow in your work or life that has guided you through tough times? Would you like to share with us? Is there any mantra?
Mm, don't take life so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
That is a mantra. Don't take life so seriously. Usually I have seen that, uh, and I've had to change some habits,
Mm-hmm.
but whenever I have been trying to think too hard to solve a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and over days, and losing sleep over this thing, I have found that the solution comes when you actually let go and just relax, and even if you meditate and relax and sleep over it, or just do something different, take a
Mm-hmm.
a holiday, and it comes to you. So I do believe in meditation and powers beyond, like there are higher powers that are helping us. So
Right.
the solutions fall into place, and it's happened with almost all the major challenges, whether it's been career
Mm-hmm.
or it's been on the personal front or health front. I have always followed this mantra that, don't take it so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It'll, yeah, give it some time, and time will heal. Yeah.
Definitely. Correct. Correct. So, how do you see yourself continuing to make an impact in the coming years? Are there any new projects or initiatives you are particularly excited about?
It is all about my mission right now. I am
Okay.
my primary focus is about the mission that I have, that I've already shared.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my son is now, is also joined me in that mission. So and we are finding synergies, because he's not a technical person, but he understands the psychology and the soft side of that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, of the problem, of the holistic problem that we are trying to solve.
Right.
So I think the synergies are working in the right direction,
Mm-hmm.
and we are looking forward to being of use to the youth
Mm-hmm.
and helping them navigate these challenging times.
Great. Mm-hmm. So it's exciting to hear about the mission you are looking forward to, and seriously, we can't wait to see the impact you will continue to make. So, how do you keep yourself motivated and inspired, especially when tackling complex problems?
Uh, Motivation, and I would say it really comes from, and recently it has come from, answering the question, if you know your why,
Mm-hmm.
you should really be asking, why are you choosing to do something, or the
Right.
most important decision that you take in life. If you are able to answer the why of that,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a clear answer for that, then the journey, the inspiration and all, it comes from deep down within. You have a reason to wake up in the morning,
Definitely.
and I am trying to strengthen or build that skill even more. I am reading books like, Start With Why by, I'm
Okay.
forgetting the author. Yeah, but I'm reading books which really help you identify that, and because that is finally the driving force
Okay.
for how you can uh, you can stand up and face all your challenges.
Right. So, like from this thing, I can say like learning is your passion, right? And this drive you to the motivational things, and this is like motivating you for tackling tough problems. Am I right?
That's right. Continuous learning
Right.
is, yeah, it's ingrained, it's in my system now. Yes.
Right, right, right. Well, Mr. Kapil, so as we have discussed so many things about the AI, so here I have a personal question to you. So,
Okay.
as a parent, I am concerned about the harmful effects of AI on kids, as we have discussed earlier. But I just want to know in detail, like what could be the harmful effects of AI on kids? Because in current time, we can see like every child is busy with the mobile, with the tab, okay, and like this thing is there in their mind, because it is completely fit in their mind and they are not coming out of these technologies. So how would you address this challenge?
uh, Technology devices, it is just like any other addiction. So if you look at it from a psychological perspective, it is not different from taking drugs,
Mm-hmm.
right? So addiction of any form
Mm-hmm.
is extremely harmful.
Okay.
The problem is that our industry and the authorities and the powers to be are not taking it seriously enough.
Okay.
They only wake up to this when there is a tsunami or uh, there is major disaster, then they wake up. So it now the onus now comes to us as parents to wake up to
Right.
this reality that treat this like any other serious addiction,
Right.
right? And and focus on the balance that it harms the creativity, the critical thinking abilities, because and obviously on the health, because there is you're using your eyes, you're using your senses all the time. And you should be the human mind is not designed to just focus on one activity for hours at length. We usually have to change, we have to look in a different direction, we have to move around. Our bodies are not meant to be sitting in one position all the time. a
Correct.
lot of these things a lot of these things are impacting. And for the Gen Z who have grown up from the time they were born, they were born with these devices.
Right.
They were born with mobile phones and later on social media, but they were born with the internet. So
Correct.
they had information at the drop of a hat.
Right.
And there is an information overload.
Mm-hmm.
Even the news, forget the internet, even the news
It is seriously
is
bombarded with
90
this.
90 yeah, it's bombarding, and it's 90% negative.
Correct.
So
Right.
this is something which is, when I think about it, even I am worried that how are we going to build a coaching program, or even educate the children, where we are trying to change the mindset.
Right.
Changing the mindset is the most difficult thing. So
So
I
this is
believe
just
it can
like
only
sorry to interrupt. This is just like a brain drain type of thing, like, right?
Yes, correct. It's like you're getting dopamine shots.
Ah,
Your social media getting dopamine shots.
mention.
And there are a lot of see there is a lot of unethical AI happening. You've heard about that story of that teenager in Florida
Right.
who committed suicide because of getting romantically involved with with an AI bot,
Right.
right? With an AI avatar.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an irresponsible use of AI, but when the action will be taken or what is very difficult to say, because we are in a world where billions and trillions of dollars are at stake. So
Right.
yeah, it's very difficult for the response. If you think about the responsible and ethical AI, that industry will not be even 4 or 5% of the entire AI industry. So the impact of those uh, institutions or those organizations which are taking care of responsible AI, that impact is too small right now.
Okay.
It is going to come at the individual level, that the parents have to get educated, and they have to bring about the mindset change and control what they so things like parental guidance, parental control, all that has to be included in this program if we have to have the youth prepared for being more creative and more empowered to become leaders in the future.
Right. 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 So you shared a seriously great insight on this. So thank you so much for this. So Mr. Kapil, let's have a rapid fire round. Okay, I'll be asking you some questions. Just give the answer. Right.
Okay.
So my first question is, one tech trend you are most excited about.
Agentic AI.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a step in the direction of AGI, but yeah, agentic AI.
Okay. What excites you about that particular tech trend?
The ability to have AI, multiple AIs work together as a team to solve complex, realistic, real world problems.
Okay. And a
It
boom.
should
Sorry.
I believe that will impact our life in a very, very positive and practical way. Yes.
Surely. Mhm. A book or resource you recommend for anyone interested in AI?
Co-intelligence by Ethan Mollick.
Mhm. Okay, so could you share a bit more on why that book or resource has been impactful for you?
Yeah, because that book is about co-intelligence. It
Okay.
is about the collaboration between artificial intelligence and human intelligence, and why we must think about both of them living in uh, in unison, working in unison and in sync, and that is the way forward for the future generations.
Okay. One skill you believe everyone should learn regardless of their field?
I would say it is the skill of that I will be taking up in my mission. So I'll say holistic AI, which
Okay.
has three pillars: artificial intelligence, human intelligence, and universal intelligence.
Okay. Your favorite productivity hack or habit?
My favorite AI, it's an AI productivity tool called Perplexity, which is my go-to AI search engine.
Okay. Tell us about a productivity hack you would recommend to anyone working in tech.
A productivity hack for anyone working in tech.
Yes.
Yeah, an AI one, right?
Yes, yes.
Hmm. I see. For me, the most effective hack which I am able to use almost in 80% of the problems is when I need to search for information,
Mm-hmm.
and I need it to be accurate.
Okay.
So I need accurate searches
Hmm.
and smart searches. So for that, my tool is Perplexity, and the hack is smart AI search. Yeah,
Okay. And describe your career journey in one word.
one word.
Yes.
Hmm, I would say adventure. It has been
Adventure.
adventurous.
Okay. Great. So your journey is adventurous. Great, great, great. So thank you so much, Mr. Kapil. But before we conclude, I want to ask you what is your final message to our audience and how can they be a part of your mission?
Okay, so my mission is really about empowering the young minds, and they being able to navigate the AI revolution and developing the right skills and values for that.
Okay.
Uh, so I would encourage the youth. So we are building case studies. We are working with young people to build real case studies. We are uh, trying to develop some tools around that.
Okay.
There are some gaps in the industry, in the education industry, where not all the education is being able. The AI assistants are not able. AI tutors are not able to deliver all the solutions for the students. So
Okay.
we are working towards building some of those tools
Mhm.
and through case studies. So I am quite active on the different social media platforms,
Okay.
and if the youth engages with me, we can certainly have opportunities to collaborate, develop case studies, and even for professionals to develop partnerships in certain domains.
Okay.
uh,
Mhm.
yeah, so there are so many specialist domains where we are not the experts.
Mhm.
So we would love to partner with professionals, youth, and parents. Parents can also take active initiatives,
Mhm.
because this is a journey. This is a journey collectively for youth, parents, and educators together.
Right. Correct. Mhm.
I don't I don't see myself and a small team
Mhm.
making an impact on this, but it's a movement where we take large number and a lot of people together and then make an impact. It's about masses.
Okay. So, is there any plan for you to write a book on AI, or like whatever knowledge you have? So you would like to share with the public or the people with the help of the book or any resource, or are you going to launch any course for them?
Yes. So certainly the book uh, is on the horizon. I have only just started. We don't even have a title for the book yet, but the book is very closely tied to the mission.
Okay.
And whatever we have spoken about the mission, that will be detailed out in the book, and we will try to send the message, and how we intend to deliver this impact, because this impact has to be delivered uh, at scale, right? So that will come out in the book. And the next quarter for me is when the book will happen, and the activity on social media and partnerships and all those activities will happen.
Okay. Awesome, Mr. Kapil, and thank you so much for such a lovely insights. So, as we wrap up this enlightening conversation, I just want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to Mr. Khanna. Thank you for sharing not only your expertise but also the wisdom and life lessons that have shaped your journey. It's truly inspiring to see someone so accomplished remain grounded with such a strong commitment to empowering the next generation. Your insights into AI, technology, and personal growth have given us so much to think about, and I am sure our listeners feel as motivated as I do. Your mission to impact 10 million young minds or Gen Z in your term is nothing short of incredible. And it's clear that the industry is better for having someone with your vision and dedication. Thank you for being so open and generous with your experiences, and for reminding us of the importance of values and holistic skills in a world that is ever evolving. We look forward to seeing the positive ripple effects of your work in the years to come. Thank you once again for joining us on the podcast and for being a true mentor and inspiration to many. Thank you so much, Mr. Kapil. Have a great life ahead.
Thank you, Anshul. It was a very thought-provoking session. Your questions were absolutely, some of them caught me on the wrong foot, but I really enjoyed this discussion with you. Thank you so much.
But lovely insights. Thank you so much.